Siemanko, witam w następnym odcinku. Jesteśmy przebrani. Co to za książeczka? Zawsze coś do retoryki. Proszę. Okej, wy są. Idę zobaczyć, co tam Kaśka kręci za aferę.
You see, meine Dame, we aren't idle here. My man trained like that every day.
Admirable. If Sigismund and his army happened to turn up, you'd have 2 warriors.
But why would he come here?
Why wouldn't he? Lord Pisak used to be the king's mint master. And everyone knows he's on Wenceslas's side.
Yes, but
But I'm sure
I'll
you're
sort you
not
out
afraid
nicely.
of him.
you're right. Let the ginger fox come. Our walls will hold back his army.
For most of them, at least.
Was?
I'm just a simple village woman. But the wall above the gate is crumbling like stale bread.
What?
And the towers. The local villagers have them stuffed with hay.
But, good wife, you don't know what you're talking about. There was a lot of rain and a storm destroyed the hay sheds.
As I say, I'm just a simple village woman. But still.
I do what I can.
And I wouldn't dare say otherwise, sir.
Dzień dobry.
Hello, the Worth Henry of Skalitz. I'm just holding a discussion with the captain here about his desolate fortress.
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as mein Großvater said, the strength of a castle is measured by its garrison.
Chcesz solóweczkę?
Mine is one of the best in the region. What do you say, lad? Am I right?
Well, your grandfather was right. A castle with a weak garrison is no good for anything. But your men, I'd say the girls from our village will do a better job of defending the place.
What did you say, you bastard? Why don't you show us how it's done, then? Now that we have Großer Meister among us, we should make use of him, shouldn't we?
Jasne. W trójeczkę lecicie?
No problem. But I'm not sure it'll be a fair fight. Unlike the local garrison, I have real combat experience.
Then you'll have to show your colors.
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come to any harm, and let you have a go against one
Dawaj
of ours.
w trójkę,
Full
ruszcie na
cock,
mnie.
come here! The first to bleed loses.
Do pierwszej krwi. To chyba już, co nie? No żartują se ze mnie. Jak tam podobało wam się?
Excellent, Henry.
It was nothing.
Gut gemacht. You have my admiration. You really are good with the sword. I hope my idiots learned a thing or two from you.
You should receive some kind of reward for that feat.
And what rewards would you have in mind?
I was rearranging our saddlebags, and I remembered I took a small memento from Trotsky.
Oh. What is it?
A hunting crossbow. I even think it's von Berghoff's. I was meaning to sell it, but it might serve you better.
My word. Thank you. I better go and find Zizka. The Margrave is expecting us.
I saw Zhishka next to the stables. There was some girl hanging around him.
Do you want to come with us to see Jobst?
Not really. I'll go and pack my things instead. I have a feeling we'll have to leave soon.
Why?
A woman's intuition.
I'm sorry.
Okej. Okej, są to... O, dobra, widzę cię.
And this scarf. It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
This. I fell off the battlements at Laxenburg Castle.
Lord above! From the walls! And were you conquering or defending that castle, sir?
Well, Depends on how you look at it. We were storming a wine cellar, you see.
Ah, I do see. Only maybe you shouldn't go around telling people that, sir. It doesn't sound too heroic.
So what?
A ta bliza na
Whereas,
oku?
like,
How
Dobra.
are things, Captain?
what do you think? I've seen better days. And you, youngster?
Zajebiście.
Me? Well, considering what we've been through, surprisingly good.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength.
Nasz
A real
pojedynek był
man
bardzo
of iron.
ciężki.
A damned rusty one, I'd say. But enough chat. I see Jobst has returned to the fortress.
That's why I'm here. They're expecting us. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said she'd rather get the horses ready.
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead and greet the Margrave. I'll join you shortly.
Are you expecting trouble?
I always expect trouble. Jobst has turned coats more times than I can count. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing by, even on a visit to my parents.
What about that dry devil of yours? Did you find out where he went?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping it's as far away as possible. I'm not surprised. If I know him, he wasn't the ideal guest.
At least Jobst might know where he is.
He might. To be honest, that's the only reason for talking to him.
Should I really go and see Jobst on my own? He's the Margrave, though.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about him.
All right, but he sent for us both. How's it going to look?
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our benefit. The less time I spend with a Margrave in one room, the better.
All right, then. I'll be going then.
Czekaj, jeszcze się odstawmy. Kaj to jest, kaj to jest. Wypachniony. Siemanko, siemanko, posuwać się. Kaj wy są?
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
Bergov had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with Sigismund. But of course, he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, he used us to do his dirty work. Everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. They took Lord Capon away. In fact, that's why we're here. We were following von Bergov's trail.
So I've heard. But I'd be interested to know the details. It's been some time since our meeting in Ratai, and now you appear here by the side of a quite unexpected guest.
An unexpected guess.
Yes, of course, I've heard of Zizka before, and of his unconventional ways of supporting our king. But I don't know where you know him from.
We met outside Trotsky, in rather complicated circumstances. We crossed swords. I can only thank God we didn't kill each other.
And who was giving Zizka orders? Do you know?
I think it's some Jan Sokol,
Of Lamberg?
That would make sense. He was always quite pig-headed.
Forgive me, my lord, but how is it possible you don't know? Aren't you all on the same side?
Bear in mind that my dear cousin, His Majesty King Wenceslas, has many supporters, and each of them has their own ideas about how to defend him.
I understand. It seems complicated.
On the contrary, it's all quite simple. If I could get them all together in one banquet hall, give them their fill of wine and venison, they'd come to an agreement on the spot. Let's move on. I heard something about a pillory and poaching. What in God's name did you and Sir Hans get up to?
Things went wrong right from the beginning. We were ambushed, and we lost the letter. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive. But no one at Trotsky believed that we were messengers.
Von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for a man of his stature.
Well, to be honest, Lord Capon didn't really look much like a nobleman. We were ambushed while bathing in a pond, and then we fled through the woods. So we really looked like a pair of beggars.
Ah, that must have been a peculiar feeling for Lord Capon.
Not only for him, sir. I may be just a bastard, but that doesn't mean I'm used to begging at castle gates dressed in rags.
Believe me, I didn't intend in the least to make such an insinuation. In any case, are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell me?
Well, you should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berghoff.
Who's he?
One of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing havoc around Ratai.
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig mentioned some such person. They even foolishly let him go.
They had to. They gave him their word.
Yes. Well, it's actually quite heartening that some people still have such naive ideas about the world.
Well, no one let him go this time. He's dead.
Puściliśmy
Very
go wolno
good.
z okna.
From what I've heard, he was a bandit and a cutthroat. There should be no dealings with his ilk. And do you want to tell me anything else? Besides about Toth?
That's all that happened, sir.
Truly. My court messenger and bearer of tidings, both good and bad, John of Liechtenstein, has mysteriously gone silent. So every piece of information I get now is precious. By the way, you said you were in von Berghoff's dungeon. And I can imagine how they treated you there. Tell me, did you reveal anything?
Coś tu nakłamałem.
Well, they asked questions, yes. But I was counting on that and prepared myself for it.
How did you prepare yourself?
Well, I mainly told them things I was pretty sure von Berghoff already knew. Like that Radzig is a supporter of Wenceslas, that you and I met in Ratai.
And was he satisfied with that?
Well, I don't think he expected anything more from a simple servant of Lord Capon.
That's true. I must say, Henry, you've pleasantly surprised me. You can keep a cool head as the world around you burns. You'll make it far. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already want to go home.
What? Go home? I can't. I have to rescue Sir Hans. I made a promise I'd protect him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Berghoff has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, you'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go.
Czemu to nie mój koń? Może to nie mój koń, ale chociaż moje ciuchy to były.
Very close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this. Unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
Oh, so all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that,
I'm up for that.
don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumor mill, and if we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Where do we start?
I have heard of a place that's a favored meeting spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil, what then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable. of anything, really.
I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve.
Hinnek's not alone. He has the devil's pack.
Who?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
The same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry, it's gonna take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I hope so. And when he's free, then we can step on Sigismund's toes. I'm sure Lord Capon will be happy to help.
In that case, he'd be better off staying in captivity. So, what do you say? Should we speed up?
Dobra.
The sooner we get there, the better.
Ja tu poniucham sobie w własnym zakresie prędzej czy później. Nowa mapa, tyle tutaj można szabrować.
I hope our journey doesn't prove to be in vain. Keep your hand on your hilt, Henry.
Piesku.
You never know what might happen.
Come here!
Człowieku, jak się zatoczył tej... Już się najebał. Czekaj, muszę psa nakarmić, tak?
Take it.
Gdzie ty byłeś w ogóle? Kwiatek.
Good boy. Good boy.
Dobra, możemy iść. Jakiś rozpierdol się dzieje tam. Już mi się podoba.
I warned you you had it coming, you drunk.
Hang on. I didn't see it. Does feel better when I've had a drink. It's a gift from God.
Też tak mamy?
Either you pay us back our coin, or you can leave your head with us.
You wouldn't get a crossing for an alternative, mine.
You're right about that.
I'd have a use for that turnip. But I can only pay for it with iron.
Możemy zgrać w kości. Mam oszukane.
Shiska?
You turn on your heel and get going. If you value your life, you might have noticed there's more of us than
Nic to nie
you.
zmienia.
That can be fixed.
To na grubo wchodzimy. Dopiero przejechali już morderstwa. No, pokażcie. Ej, pokazał mi. Ej.
You got him! Next! Do I have to pull you out of trouble again? I see you're still a drunkard.
It's good to see you too, Shishka. What happened to...
That doesn't matter now.
Huh? Who's that? Where's your old band?
You're looking at all that's left of it.
I see we have a lot to talk about.
That we do. Anyway, this is Henry. Henry, this is Kubienka.
Hiya, lad. And thanks for the help. You're handy with a sword.
Czy ja wiem? Dostałem na cipę.
Not that I couldn't handle them myself.
He would be one of the best archers north of the Alps. If he wasn't drunk or with one arm in the stocks all the time.
Shouldn't we leave before someone notices the corpses?
Easy, lad. This was the devil's den. If we behave ourselves, the innkeeper will just charge us a cleaning fee, and that will be that.
There will be plenty of time to get acquainted with the local customs. We're looking for the devil. Where is he?
Well, when I said we have a lot to talk about, now is the time. This is the innkeeper, Dreadlight.
Gentlemen, I won't have this. You're murdering my guests and making a mess.
They started it.
They've been drinking on credit for half a day. Who's going to pay for this now?
If you search their pockets and sell their weapons, that should cover it. And I have a feeling Kubienka here owed them some dice winnings.
I didn't cheat.
Pay him.
All right then. What did I do to deserve you? Here you go.
Ah, I see you are a nobleman and a generous one at that. You didn't have to, but thank you. I'm much obliged. You don't need to worry about anything. We'll clear away the corpses, pour some sand on the blood, and no one will know what happened here.
That's nice of you. But leave us alone now.
Nobody will be looking for them anyway. Only the catchpoles would be interested in them. You might even get a reward.
Did you hear Lord Chishka?
Yes, I did. Of course. I'm leaving. Just call if you need anything.
Can he be trusted? He looks like he'd be happy to rat us out the first chance he gets.
Treadlight? I don't think so. They'd arrest him as well as if he went to snitch on us. If you keep paying him, he'll serve you.
If you say so. So, what's up with the devil? I need to talk to him.
That won't be easy. He got locked up.
What? They captured the devil, and you're just saying it like it's nothing.
Who captured him?
How should I know? Some armed bastards.
Shit, Grzmiące, you must know who came after you and why.
Well, we botched this job in Kuttenberg. It was supposed to be a breeze, but the fuckers outnumbered us 3-1. Before we could react, they knocked the devil down and pounded on him like a deaf man on a door. Etta and I tried to help him, but we just couldn't.
Fuck.
It pisses me off that we had to leave him there. But we would have been captured.
Do you know where they're keeping him?
Why? The town guard took him. So he's probably in the town jail?
Fuck. There's no way we're getting him out of there.
My words. Otherwise, we would have gotten him away from those fuckers a long time ago. Not even a mouse can get in there. We can't pull off something like that.
How long has it been since he was captured?
I've been sitting here drinking ever since it happened. So, maybe a week, maybe even a month. More like a month.
A month? They haven't hanged him yet.
That's the thing. The devil's famous. Lots of people want him dead. But they won't give him the news or the axe. They want to send his soul to the Lord in a much worse way. The devil is a proper bastard, but not even he deserves that.
What are they planning to do with him?
The devil's got a fat price on his head. He's the most feared robber baron in Bohemia. There are several empty tents in Sigismund's camp, thanks to him. They really want to relish his death. They'll take him to their camp outside of town for that.
Who told you that?
When someone owes you a dice wager, they'll spill him what they don't know. They say the people of Kuttenberg can't wait to see him gone.
If they're going to move him, that could be our chance. We'll wait for them and free the devil.
He will be watched by a dozen armed guards. We're only 3. So unless you have 10 men up your sleeve...
I thought the devil would have at least 10 men. But other than that, it makes sense. I don't think we'll have another shot.
I was going to hire some muscle for help here, but I got thirsty. You know the rest.
More like I know you. But maybe we'll find someone around here. Everybody will listen if we mention coin. Can you think of anything else that might come in handy?
Well, how about some hand cannons?
Have you got some?
Well, not on me. But maybe there are some in our old camp. It isn't far.
Maybe.
Maybe. Surely. If I can remember where we hid them. And as luck would have it, they're not far from the road they used to transport the devil.
What place is that?
This narrow gully with a nice curve that begs for something nasty to happen in it. West of here, you can't miss it.
Looks like there's still some sense left in your noggin despite the booze.
And what about me?
You'll go with Grzmiące to get the hand cannons. He may be... surely hid somewhere.
Great! At least I won't have to carry them myself.
Don't dilly-dally. And when you have them, meet me at the ambush spot. Keep an eye on him. And don't let him talk your ear off.
Nie chcesz ręcz kości? Czekaj, może... Te w ogóle krwawie. To niedobra jest. To niedobra jest. Matko Bosko z Kalkuty. Nie mów do mnie. Gdzie stąd wyjechać, koniu?
No time to wander around. We've got work to do.
Człowieku! Koniku, proszę cię, chodź tutaj.
I can't leave until we rescue the devil, whoever he is.
Dobra, dobra, Heniek, bo... Gdzie jest ten nasz kolega? Poczekał na mnie.
Quick!
I can't leave until we rescue the devil, whoever he is.
Dobra, rozumiem, Heniu. Miałem mały wypadeczek po prostu i... są te samouczki.
I should stay with Kubienka.
No jodę za nim, jodę. Dzięki, że poczekałeś. A poka mapę? To mnie nie lubią już. Ja wam dam. Nie chcesz pogadać? Pewnie gadałeś, jak sobie jechałeś sam, nie? Aha!
What a relief. I just better not piss on my boots. Or trip over.
Aha! Tam masz piesko. Jakiś gruby?
Whoa.
Kapliczka. Aha, teraz gdzieś se idziesz, co?
He can smell the wedge from miles away, but he can't take 3 steps in the woods without getting lost. Some people are just made that way. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, if Anna could find the camp, you'll have no problem finding it yourself. Oh, and the hand cannons. They're buried somewhere near the camp. Just a few steps. That much I remember. Maybe by the stream. Or right in it. No, that's not it. Oh, we were drunk. But we're not that stupid. Although, maybe Janos and Edda are.
What are we gonna do now?
Well, welcome to our camp. It's not much, but we called it home.
This mess?
Hey, you don't see me insulting your home.
So where are the cannons?
We hit something down below last time. By the stream, near the boulders. By
Zacznij
the
kopać.
uprooted tree. And something is buried a little ways over there.
Don't you remember where you put them?
Well, I have a rough idea. A hazy memory. A hunch.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So? Where are they?
One of those places. Let's look at all of them. They are here somewhere.
We're gonna dig through half the forest.
Nonsense. I'll walk around, get my bearings. You'll see. Anyway, we need a shovel. There used to be one by Janos' tent.
Which one is that?
The one made of leaves. He was so proud of it until he woke up covered in caterpillars.
Come on then. We don't have much time.
Po pierwsze, ja mam łopatę. To wszystko? Nie macie tu nic ciekawego? Ale obóz, człowieku, ja lepsze za dzieciaka robiłem obozy niż oni. I co, już wiesz, gdzie to jest, czy nie wiesz? Obstawiam, że to za chujanie to.
Won't you give me a hand? It'll go faster if you help me.
I am helping you. I found you. We were as drunk as fiddlers when we buried him. But this place seems really familiar. Before that, we had to bury old Lodiel, and we had to fortify ourselves.
I was a fool to think this would be easy.
Sure, I was wrong.
So you're digging the next one?
Heniu, przez przypadek tu wszedłem i nie mogę wyjść. Machaj tą łopatą.
Listen, lad.
Just tell me you didn't throw those hand cannons in the water.
Of course not. Look at that basket over there.
What about it?
The cannons are not there, but there is something better. Booze. Be a lovely lad and fetch it.
Why don't you go yourself?
The water is cold and the bottom is slippery. I do not want to get wet.
But if I get wet, that's all right, eh?
Not just all right, downright splendid.
We're moving. No stalling.
You're as much fun as watching grass grow.
A chlanie i tak se wezmę. Temu się nie spieszy, nie?
So this is the grave of poor Lodiel. I was sure we buried him elsewhere.
Ugh. What stench?
Why? He did not smell much better when he was alive. Oh well. God grant him eternal life and some
Człowieku, będziesz cierpiał.
Then I reckon I know where the hand cannons are.
Jakbyś szybciej iść? Co, piesku, znalazłeś? Człowieku, no rusz dupę. Piesku, widzę to, spokojnie.
So, this is it.
Don't tell me you've lost your way.
Oh, please. Me? See? I told you I knew exactly where to find them.
God, why are you punishing me?
Oh, don't cry. We have more important things to do.
Will you take the cannons?
I won't be lugging them around.
Right. Are we going to see Zizka?
Let's go. Or do you want to go alone?
I'd rather go with you. Just in case.
Mount up then. We've wasted enough time as it is.
Na koni poszli z buta. Miejsce zasadzki. A ode mnie wali trupem. Może nie będzie to blisko i nie poczują. No, dawaj.
I think I've heard that one before.
Kick her out, cause her back's her best feature. She'll break your heart and you want no other. Oh, get that damn troll up and drink.
But you keep messing up the words.
boozing and boozing and fucking. Fucking and boozing, boozing and fucking. Bring on the barrels and roll out the wrenches. There's nothing better than a nice pair of titties. That doesn't rhyme much.
Trafiłem swojego konia. Przepraszam, koniku, nic ci nie jest?
Fuck all the rest today. I'm with my comrades. Fuck all to eat today. Still we'll be merry. Drink your booze, then we'll make hats roll like berries.
Co tu się dzieje? Kim wy są? No to nasi, dobra. No siema. O, zdjął opatrunek.
We have the hand cannons.
How did it go? Any trouble?
To była droga
Next
wstępna.
time you want to send me looking for something with Kubienka, just kill me. You'll save me a lot of suffering.
Did we find those cannon? We did. So stop whining.
When you spend more time with Kubienka, you'll realize he's not doing it on purpose. He's just a prick.
Hey!
What's the plan?
We wait. We'll position ourselves on the flanks, and when they pass, we'll attack.
Why are the wagons standing there? I was hoping we would block the road with a tree or something.
Look what I managed to find. A true march of the maimed. If they had to cut down a tree, they'd chop off their own limbs. We at least took a wheel off. It looks less suspicious, and the convoy will have to stop anyway.
Oi, fuck, but...
But what?
I would put it a little further back, so they will not see it until they are right next to it.
Ah, look who's thinking. And what then?
Then we rise with the hand cannons and blast the bastards to smithereens from above.
What a load of rubbish.
What rubbish? It is like a battlement, but on a wagon. You get it, right? Haha.
Shut up. We'll do it my way.
I'll make up your minds. It's hard to say how much time we have.
So, Kubienka, take half of the men and go over there. The rest will stand on the other side.
Where will I go?
You'll stay here with me.
And then what?
We'll wait for them to arrive. And then...
Are we there yet? No, how many fucking times have I told you? Are you deaf?
Pay no attention to him, Rupert.
Pay no attention to him, Rupert.
You hold me up in irons. You can't even show me a grain of human decency.
Paul.
What the fuck? Damn. There's more of them than I was expecting.
We can't back out now. Let's blast at them and seize the advantage.
Oi! You two! Get that wreck off the road.
Not to worry, Honorable Sir. We're working on it. To the task!
Matko Bosko i 100 milicjantów.
Matilda! Fucking hell! My leg, damn it! You idiots!
No, that was just a warning shot. Surrender,
or the next one will go straight through your guts.
No, bankowa.
So next time, will you hit the mark?
I'd rather settle it without bloodshed.
That's easy. Surrender, and none of you will be harmed. Until you hang alongside the devil, that is.
The only one surrendering will be you.
Oh, really? Rupert, bring that bastard to me. And you, arrest the others. If they resist, just kill him.
Halt! Not another step, or...
Oh, what? Are you gonna shoot at this sky again?
Look, let's get this straight. We both know we'll be done with you in no time. You and maybe one other might give us a bit of trouble, but the rest will crush like flies.
What are you blabbering about? My men are better armed than you, and they're certainly not scared of you.
That may be true. But the most ruthless killers and bandits in the land are hiding in these woods with me. Cutthroats who murdered and pillaged their way through the kingdom. Your weaklings don't stand a chance, my friend.
Hey! Where are you going, you morons? All together! Nobody moves a single step!
Ogień! Ała.
Good hit!
Die, fucker!
Ała.
Have this for your effort. Kill him!
Komu?
He's done for.
Thanks to God. All right, we're done here. We've got to get the devil out of here somehow. So put the wheel back on and get the horse. If you're bleeding, patch yourself up quickly. We need to get out of here soon. If you're not,
Czekaj, bo lutuję.
bodies off the road. Hide them somewhere, but be quick about it, all right? Come here, Henry. We don't have all day.
No dobra, poczekaj, zabieram sobie rzeczy, tak? Nic nie dadzą pozabierać. Już tu tyle pieniędzy leży. Pozwól mi chociaż w grze mieć trochę siana, tak? Poszło super. Może uczyć szybka podróż?
We should get out of here, don't you think?
The sooner we're gone, the better. Welcome back, Hinnick.
If it wasn't for you, I'd still be getting worked over by those bastards in Sigismund's camp. You saved my arse, fellas. Although, I have a second hole in it now because of you. Ouch!
That was an accident. I couldn't hit you that well, even if I wanted to.
That would be a shame. We'd be hard-pressed to find another horseman like him.
Spare me the flattery. It's enough you thought I was worth saving. Warms the cockles of my heart.
Don't thank me until you know what we're up to.
Ha ha! I knew there was a reason you rescued me. What's your plan?
How are we doing, Devil? Do you have some kind of hideout? What about your people?
Hideout? That old camp was a shithole.
Don't insult our home from home.
Shush! We can stay here.
Here? For all to see?
This here hole is far from town, and has such a bad reputation that decent people are afraid to come here. As long as you're paying, old Treadlight will serve you wholeheartedly. This place has everything we need, and people who come here can be recruited for some dirty work.
And there are no fleas in the beds.
Furthermore, it's called the Devil's Den. And I like that.
All right, have it your way. Henry, go to the innkeeper and arrange our stay here. But back to the point, Devil. What about your people?
My people? Kubienka isn't enough for you.
No, he isn't.
That's too bad. Oh, they fucked off somewhere. They didn't send any messages to my jail cell.
We'll have to do something about that. But first, you should go and see Catherine. See if she's settled in and if she's all right. She said she'd try to find work at the Hangman's Halter Tavern.
All right, I'll go alone. What will you be doing?
I don't know about these two, but I'll be having a rest. I'm not going to sit on a horse for a while anyway.
But we don't have time for that. We need more people. The three of us could just about make an infamous cabbage-stealing band. The best thing would be to recruit from your old comrades.
Forget it. It hurts like you shot off one of my arse cheeks. I can barely stand.
At least tell me what happened to your infamous Devil's Pack. Where can we find them?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too. Where are they, Kubienka? Why didn't you lot free me from jail?
You gather a band of criminals and then you are surprised they cannot be trusted?
So, nobody's left?
Some might return now that the devil is back.
Well, if they're not already swinging on the gallows somewhere.
Or will you find them? They could be anywhere.
We'll have to search for them. Will you help us, Henry?
Yeah.
I reckon I don't have a choice, do I?
I like that boy already. No pointless questions, just straight to the task.
At least tell him where to find the bastards.
I'd love to. But I don't even know who survived that fuck-up.
Not many of us are left. Janos and Adder were the first to run. I reckon they are gorging themselves somewhere. If they have any coin.
What about Bohuta and his brother? They've always been reliable.
Slavik died, Bohuta took it badly. He's not coming back.
Fuck.
Henry may be able to convince him.
I doubt it, but he can try.
Do we have anyone else?
Well, there's Matthew and Roniak, but who knows where they ended up.
And that's all.
We could also try those rebellious farmers who are fighting against Sigismund around here.
I don't want any dirty peasants. I want my old pack.
In that case, there is no one else left.
Well, you've only given me their names, but I need to know a bit more than that. I don't even know where to start.
Come and see me before you head out. I knew them pretty well, so maybe we can work something out together.
I'll visit the town first. If Catherine's waiting for me there, I'll have to hurry. The sooner we find Liechtenstein, the sooner we can free Capon.
What is it with this bird? What kind of stupid name is that anyway?
I'll tell you everything before Henry returns. Henry, you should hurry up and come right back here once you're done. Do you understand?
Chcesz zagrać w kości?
Why do they call you the Dry Devil, anyway?
Why do they call you fuckhead?
But they don't call...
All right, I was only joking. I don't even know how I got the nickname. I suppose it could have something to do with all the killing and my natural beauty. It's certainly catchier than His Grace Sir Hinnek the First of Kunstadt and Yashpitz. That name wouldn't scare a fucking coward. But say it Dry Devil, and everybody just shits themselves.
How are your injuries healing?
Well, I didn't really need a second arsehole, so hopefully it was the last one I ever get. I can't really sit, stand, or lie down. Not to mention ride a horse.
It was just terrible luck that we hit you.
Yeah, I was feeling bitter for a while. But then I thought, you could have ripped my head or my leg off. So I still got off easy. And between us, I think it's still better to die of a shot to the arse than of old age or some disease.
How do you know Kubienka?
He saved my arse back at Neuhaus. We only made it out thanks to him. I thought we were fucked. Then Kubienka appeared, dragging a ladder, asking how much we would pay for it.
What did he get for it?
The first thing he got was a good fucking beating, because we thought he'd been dead for 2 days. But after we escaped, we made sure he didn't have to pay for drinks for a long time.
How long have you known Zizka?
It's been a while. He served with me during the Moravian-Margrave Wars.
So you were his commander, sir?
That's water under the bridge now. I'm just an old wanted robber baron whose neck you and Zizka just saved. I don't give a shit about the sirs anymore, you see?
Ah, all right then. What can you tell me about Zizka?
Well, based on what you two have been through, I'd say you should know him pretty well by now. When everything is fucked, the people around you are dying and you're fighting for your very life, only then can you really learn what a person is like.
Aha.
You said you were going to tell me more about the Devil's former band.
Didn't you say you wanted to find this Liechtenstein fella first?
What if I bumped into one of them by chance on my way to Kuttenberg?
Right. I suppose it's possible. Anyway, only a few fellas out of the whole glorious pack survived the shitstorm, and it's not certain they are still alive. As far as I know, Matthew, Bahuta, Raniak, Janos, and Eder survived. I only know where to find Bahuta. And maybe Matthew. But who knows?
Tell me about Bahuta first. Who is he, anyway?
Well, Bahuta, he was always in trouble. Angry as a dog and covered in bruises. He and his brother could drink all the beer in the inn. Just the two of them. Then they would make a terrible ruckus.
It sounds like you three would get along well. But you said his brother was dead.
Yes, he died right before Bahuta's eyes. Not pretty. Bahuta has been acting weird ever since. He dropped everything overnight and turned to prayer. As if he was scared of being next in line.
Where can I find Bahuta?
At the rectory in Grunts. He helps out with the church.
Did you ever see him again after they caught the devil?
Yeah, but there was no reasoning with him.
You think it'll be different now?
Look, I don't know. Maybe when he hears the devil's back, he will come to his senses. But I doubt it.
I'll go over there and try to talk him into it. There's no harm in trying.
But be careful. Bahuta was never far from giving someone a beating. Maybe he's still got that in him. It was Slavik who kept him from ending up on the gallows because of a fight. Oh, but he's already with the Lord.
Now tell me something about this Matthew fella. Someone with a name like that surely can't be all bad.
The name may be pretty, but he's as ugly as sin. You better not stare at him too much. It is not good for your stomach. He's also a damn willy bastard. People say he likes to rob on trade routes, telling his victims he's collecting tax for the king.
And where do I find him?
I hear there's someone robbing merchants on the roads near Miskovitz. That would be fitting for him. Maybe the bailiff can tell you more. It's practically happening in his yard.
If he's so crooked, why did you take him into your band in the first place?
Nasty characters are more suited to our line of work. It is much harder to convince good people to do bad things.
I'm not afraid of dirty work. Sometimes there's just no other option.
Hear, hear. If it bothers you, there's no place for you with the devil.
What about the rest of the band? You mentioned more than one person.
Of course. That leaves Janos, Ada, and Raniak. I don't know where they are, but I can tell you about them.
Who is this Adder? What kind of nickname is that, anyway?
Oh, that's easy. He's called Ada because he can't keep his snake in his breeches. Oh, he's Polish. He does not speak our tongue, so only Janos can speak to him, really. But otherwise, he's a fucking hilarious. And when shit gets tough, he can really handle it.
Do you know where he could be?
I have no idea. But if you find Janos, Ada will be nearby. The two of them are practically inseparable.
How am I supposed to communicate with Ada? I don't speak a word of Polish.
Yes, you do. We all say kurwa. You must use your hands and feet for the rest. I always manage, and so will you.
Ma to sens.
Tell me more about this Raniek.
Raniek has a great aim. Slightly better than me, even. Oh, and that bow of his, I tell ya, is a masterpiece. That is how you will know it is him.
How did he get that bow?
How do you think? He won it playing dice. But that was the first and last time he ever won anything. If anyone is really unlucky, it is him. But he would not stop if you were to cut off his hands.
Do you have any idea how I could find him?
Oh, I don't know anything about him. Try asking around at inns where they play dice. It is possible he lost his hose in one of them.
Did you ever see him again after the devil was captured?
Oh, just once. He wanted me to lend him money. He did not have any to bet with. But I was skinned and looking for a way to get the devil out of jail. Either way, I told him to fuck off, and he listened to me.
Tell me about this Janos.
Janos? He's from Hungary. He speaks like a Tatar, but at least you can understand him a little, unlike Ada.
And how did he get here? Did he defect from Sigismund?
Not at all. He did something back home, had the gallows waiting for him, so he fled to Moravia. He was having the time of his life until recently. Wine, women, and song. But now he has problems because people take him for a human. But if you knew how he can cook, give him a dead rat and half a carrot, and he will cook you a 3-course dinner.
How can I recognize this Janos?
Like I said, he looks a bit like a human. He speaks almost like we do, but in a queer way. Where you talk to him, you will definitely notice it.
I'm already liking this Janos. I think we'll get along well.
Janos? Why?
I like good food too. Life is always better with a full stomach.
You two will surely get along then. Janos has seen a lot of the world, tasted everything. If you let him, he will talk about it all day long.
Dobra, pal gumę.
I'll go and look for them.
They may sound like a bunch of morons as I tell it, but they will be damn useful to us. Good luck!
Ale żeście ekipę zmontowali. Chcesz pogadać, Iszka?
What will you do now?
We'll give it some thought and see. Hopefully we'll know better when you come back from Liechtenstein.
Who is this Kubianka anyway? How long have you known each other?
We were defending a castle and hiding in the woods together. But he was always closer with the devil.
Can he be trusted?
Aye. When he's sober, that is. When he gets drunk, it's better to keep an eye on him. He's known to provoke until fists start flying. Did you see what happened when we first arrived?
You mean how they wanted to cut his throat for cheating at dice?
Aye. It's best not to play with him. You'd be better off tossing your coins straight into a pile
Ciekawe.
of shit.
A ja bym chciał spróbować.
Aren't you worried about Catherine?
Do you think I should be?
I don't know. A lone woman in a big city needs to be careful in any case. But when you're stalking Liechtenstein, that can be really dangerous.
No one forced Catherine. She knows what she's doing and she can take care of herself. Remember how she dealt with the guards at Trotsky? She's braver and more dangerous than half my old band.
Aye, but what if someone tries to...
Catherine sharpens her dagger every day. It's always razor sharp. Whoever tries will regret it sorely.
What should I know about the devil?
Just look at him and you'll know everything. His face reveals it all.
Jest rudy.
What draws you to him then?
We're both different. That's our strength. I'm in charge when everything goes according to plan. When things go to shit, he takes over. It often turns bloody, but sometimes victory is more important than honor.
Okej. Cześć.
Greetings to you.
Co masz?
What do you have for sale?
Masz coś ciekawego? Dobra, no chujmy ten kaktus. Coś bym ci sprzedał. Coś takiego? Masz tyle siana. To nie miło. Dobra. Masz z górką. Kim jesteś? A. Można tu być? Przestraszyłem się. Co tu macie? Konfiskata. Piesku. Pilnuj. Można tu grać w kości, o nie. Ten, a gdzie jest szefu? Chciałeś szefa gdzieś. Siema.
Will you be spending the night?
Seems that way. Do you have a room for us? At least for a few days.
But of course. We have 2 free rooms just upstairs. I'll have them cleaned up.
Don't even bother cleaning them, innkeeper.
Treadlight. The name's Treadlight.
No siema.
What's new around here, innkeeper?
There's trouble with demons in Old Cutner. There was a great tragedy one time in the mine near there. It's abandoned now. The ground collapsed, and a pit to hell opened up there. There's talk that young Bruttons form a fight club in Horsham. Maybe they'll let you into their circle. And then Smolka came by. She's the one who runs the bathhouse across the street. She said a fella came in, all restless and fidgety, saying he wanted a girl, that he wanted to take her somewhere else, and Smolka wouldn't have it. But when he offered to pay double, she agreed. You know how it is. These days, every groschen counts.
Was he a fucking pig?
If only that.
So what did he do?
The girl came running in all beaten up. Smolka couldn't get her to talk about what happened, but it wasn't pretty. I went to see her. The girl was all blue with bruises, her knees blooded. Not a pretty sight.
Who was this fella?
The way Smolka described him to me, he must have come with Sigismund's army. Probably a deserter. I've seen a few of those around here.
Have you any idea where I could find him?
Rumour has it he's been sleeping in a shepherd's abandoned dugout, just outside the forest nearby.
I'll take care of him.
I'm glad to hear it. And don't spare him. A lot of scum is coming here, but enough is enough. When you're done with him, go to see Smolka at the bathhouse. She'll be glad to have one less thing to worry about. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
A nie muszę ci opłacić tego naszego tu spędu? Co masz ciekawego? A, to samo co ona, dobra.
I hope you find what you're looking for next time, good sir.
Czy możesz czegoś nauczyć, ale to... Te chłopaki, zostawcie siano. Nikt nie gra. Jest to dziś moja skrzynka? wygląda na moją. Tylko zapomniałem klucza. Ej, Henryk. Heniu? To jednak nie moja. No, ta jest chyba moja. No nie. Nikt nie chce pograć w kości? Czekaj, co? O Jezu, ktoś śpi. To ja tak ładnie pachnę. Dobra. Zaprzestań procederu. Ponad godzinę już nagrywam. To byłby dobry moment, żeby skończyć. Także zróbmy tak. Także to koniec. Dzięki, że wytrwaliście do końca i do zobaczenia w następnym. Bye!
To think someone wanted to ambush me. Good.